Hey guys, tonight we begin with the remarkable resilience and, let's say, creative discomfort tolerance of the Viking people who somehow managed to survive Scandinavian winters without central heating. So before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. And let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from and what time it is for you. It's always fascinating to see who's joining us from around the world. Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, or a space heater if you're feeling historically dishonest, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. When the temperature outside dropped to absolutely not, the Vikings didn't panic. They simply retreated into their longhouses, large, low, and only slightly less breathable than a modern sauna built in a cow barn. These longhouses were the Vikings' version of winter bunkers, constructed primarily from timber, if you lived near trees, or turf and stone, if you didn't. They were built low to the ground to conserve heat and wide enough to accommodate multiple families, and, in some cases, a few strategically placed cows. Because nothing says comfort like sleeping next to something that chews cud and farts steam. The key to surviving the cold was collective warmth. Think of a longhouse as one big communal thermal battery, human bodies, animal bodies, and a fire pit all operating in cosy, unventilated harmony. It was less house and more survival cuddle bunker. The hearth ran through the centre of the longhouse, acting as both stove and space heater. There were no chimneys because chimneys hadn't been invented yet, or more accurately they had, but not in places where people were still using bones as doorstops. Instead, smoke rose and collected in the rafters, occasionally finding its way out through a hole in the roof or staying right where it was, turning the entire ceiling black and everyone's lungs into wool-lined ashtrays. To modern eyes, Viking homes might seem unbearably smoky, crowded, and oddly intimate. And that's because they were. But for the Vikings, it was the best option short of becoming a snow sculpture. Raised sleeping platforms lined the walls, often stuffed with straw, moss, or whatever was soft and vaguely flammable. Families, and sometimes their goats, all slept in the same space. Not because they loved each other that much, but because warmth wasn't optional, and privacy wasn't invented yet. In short, Viking longhouses weren't comfortable, but they were efficient. They kept people alive during brutal winters, even if they didn't keep them particularly fragrant or rested. Viking fashion was less about runway style